Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got a redo of a pickups video that I made recently. Previously I made a video in which I was being like ultra sarcastic during it. What I was doing was basically having a little bit of fun. I was really trying to make people chuckle a little bit, and a lot of people that watched that video got a little bit of a kick out of it, thought it was pretty funny and things like that. But unfortunately, one of what I consider one of my good friends on YouTube, A Crosby 1099, didn't really appreciate, I think, that I mentioned him in there when I was referring to some power supplies. So I apologize to you, man. I didn't realize you were going to take it that way. If that's the way it has to be, that's the way it has to be. There's nothing I can do about that now. But like I said, I can only apologize so many times. So this is my final apology about that. Take it or leave it, essentially, is the way that that's going to have to go. But for the rest of the people, I don't really want to hear comments about this part of it. That's my apologies to him. I'd like other people to stay out of that. What was happening basically was in the comment section, people were commenting on his reply to the video, and that I don't think really has any place, because it basically fueled a fire that didn't need to be fueled. So that's where that was at. My intention really was for that video to be a joke, and I thought everybody would interpret it that way. And obviously I'm either a really good actor or just so convincing in my sarcasm that it was actually interpreted as my true feelings toward things. I don't want to get into like a whole theory of video game pricing and things like that with people. Not really something I want to discuss right now, but just, like I said, A Crosby, I apologize for that. I didn't realize the way you were going to take it. So that being said, I'm going to actually redo this pickup video because I do want to have it documented on my channel, the things that I picked up for sure. So here we go. I'm going to get started right now. The first thing that I'm trying to remember from there was this one here, the Animator. This is pretty cool, actually. Etch-a-Sketch type of thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but it's really neat. It's like Etch-a-Sketch, but what it does is you can make a series of pictures and then animate them. I don't know like to what degree that takes amount of time. Basically it looks like 8-bit kind of drawings. I don't know if you can see that there on the back. There's like a train, whatever, but pretty cool. For that one there, it was $7. I thought that was a really cool deal for it. It's like totally complete inside. I don't really want to open it up right now, just because I don't want to damage it or anything like that. But
it starts with a dot that's hot. The Animator, the Animator.
Ready for fun?
Move it left, move it right, move it up, move it down.
The Etch-a-Sketch Animator.
Draw it, save it, draw it, save it. The Etch-a-Sketch Animator.
It brings drawings to life and life to your drawings.
It's going places, you're going places.
Batteries not included. The Etch-a-Sketch Animator, new from Ohio Art.
The styrofoam and everything's in there. The manuals are in there. There's like a little screen that goes over top of the actual screen. It's in there. Like everything's in here. So really cool find, I think, for $7. That's for sure. Moving on from there, I stopped into a Goodwill one day, and it's been pretty dry, I have to admit, lately. Although while I'm making this video, I have made other pickups as well, so I'll make separate pickup videos for those things, and some of those are pretty decent finds. But it's been a hard go actually finding a lot of good stuff lately. Just I think because of the weather and stuff like that here, people aren't really donating that much. I don't see a lot of donations just in general. A lot of the same stuff on the shelves in the thrift shops around here. We've had a somewhat brutal winter. I don't think I want to call it brutal. I can totally take it, but just a lot of snow very recently, like within the last month, and I think that's sort of slowing people down from actually donating things. But I don't think it stops the collectors like myself from getting out there and trying to find those deals. So that just makes the supply kind of in short, or things in short supply basically. But I did stop off at a Goodwill, and for $3 each, I think it was, I'm trying to remember now, I picked up a few titles. The first one here was PlayStation Underground Jam Pack. Just really cool. It has like a couple of titles that I really want to check out, like Medieval's on there. And it has Spyro the Dragon on it as a playable demo, so that's pretty cool right there. Something that I wanted to add in the collection. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the front art. I'm pretty sure this probably came with front art though. I also picked up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, so that was pretty cool. Again, that was for $3, and with that, like, this one here I think is an upgrade for me. I don't know if the disc is actually an upgrade for me though. Nah, it's pretty trashed, but I'm pretty sure that the case, the artwork and stuff like that is. Although I might have to actually take the Player's Choice version and put it in here to upgrade. But this one, although it is the original disc, it's fairly beat up, so it's not great. But I just wanted to get the, you know, if I can upgrade Player's Choice kind of stuff, or whatever you call it, greatest hits, then I end up doing that. So that's that one. Also picked up Street Skater 2. That was $3. I'd never heard of this title before, so it's pretty cool. I mean, it's got like track editing and stuff like that in it, so, or not track editing, park editing. So that's really cool right there. Again, like, this is $3, and the cool thing about this one actually is it also came with a PlayStation demo disc, which I don't know what's on this one. I'd have to actually look it up by its, I don't know what they call that, the SCUS number, whatever that is, to find out what's actually on there. This one's a little bit scratched up though, but the Street Skater disc is not in too bad a shape. It's got more fingerprints than it does anything else on it, so that's going to be pretty cool right there. Like I said though, I don't know a thing about this really. It just basically looks like a Tony Hawk clone, but I did check out a little bit of gameplay of this and people were praising it pretty well, so kind of a cool find, I think. Something I didn't even know about for the PlayStation library, so that's kind of fun. This title's pretty cool. It's a Konami title. People speak highly of this title as well. Again, it was something I never played in the past, so pretty cool, but I did check out some gameplay of it, and it's sort of not isometric. It's a top-down kind of view for the most part, although it does have like side view stuff. I don't know. Just the gameplay I saw, it sort of looked like top-down, and you're basically like a samurai going through and you know, like defeating people and stuff like that. People that have played this say it's really hard, but definitely rewarding, definitely enjoyable, and it doesn't look like the graphics have held up that great, but might be a good game for playthrough anyways. And this is in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of dust and stuff on it, but it just needs to be cleaned off basically. And then the last one I picked up, which is 007 Tomorrow Never Dies. This one actually isn't. It is Twisted Metal 2. Pretty sure it doesn't even say Twisted Metal 2 on that. You actually have to know what Twisted Metal 2 looks like to figure it out, because there's no way it indicates that on here, but you can kind of tell from the face that's on there that that's a Twisted Metal game. So pretty cool right there. It's not in the world's greatest shape, but of course that's what resurfacing is for, and I do have the machine for that. Even though it doesn't do a perfect job, it'll get discs, generally speaking, that don't work, it'll get them to run again. So they don't always look the prettiest. You can see the swirl marks on it, but still gets things working. So I'll be able to get that one working, and all of those minus the Tony Hawk game I didn't have in my collection. So that was a good day. That was a really nice find, I thought, because I just like to expand my PS1 collection. I do have a very sizable collection back there, but I really have a place in my heart for the PS1, so really cool right there. Moving on, went into a Goodwill. There was nothing there that day except for this here, which is a Crystal Xbox, I almost said Xbox 360, original Xbox controller. In pretty good shape, just needs to be cleaned up, as does everything you usually find in the thrift shops, but buttons seem nice and everything like that. And I have actually sent some of these off to the States and things like that in the past, and I do have one for myself, but it'd be nice to have, you know, a pair of them. So that's my sort of second one that, you know, I'm going to hold on to for my collection. Moving on, I went into a Value Village, and this was the only thing I found one day, which is the Namco Plug and Play. Not really sure what the name of this one is, but yeah, so it's a Namco Plug and Play. It has like Millipede on it, I think Pac-Man, Dig Dug. There's a variety of like really classic games on there. Don't know if it totally works. Like, it feels heavy, so I think there's batteries in it. I haven't had a chance to open it up yet to find out what's going on with it, because it doesn't power on, so we just have some dead batteries in there. Maybe I'll luck out and they'll be like rechargeable ones or something, though. That'd be cool. Moving on from there, for $2, I picked up one of these Iron Man bobbleheads, and I'm trying to figure out, I still haven't even looked yet, whether or not I have one of these already. I should probably just check that out. They are over there, but they're sort of double stacked, so I can't see all of them. I think I may already have this one. If I don't, it'll stay in the box. But the box is a little bit bent up, like over there, so, you know, whatever, but it was $2, so that was pretty cool. And then I'm trying to remember the order that all of this came in. I don't think this all came from the same spot. Actually, no, that's not true. This stuff did come from the same spot. So, just because this was a few days ago now, the first thing that I'll show you is, it's sort of that same deal. Longshot's been talking about it. I've been talking about it. I pretty much mention it every single video because I keep falling into this trap, essentially. The first one that I want to show you here, I basically just picked up because I had to pick something out for free. Because what happens is when you spend $30, you pay $20, and like whatever, you get $10 off. So I was buying a few games and I had to pick out something to fill the gap, because basically I was spending $20. You might as well buy $30 for stuff, you know. So I bought this. Didn't have it in my collection. Don't really know if it's gonna go in. Let me know if you've played this before. I'm not a huge like first-person shooter kind of guy. Like, I've played a few first-person shooters in my day. Haven't really gone into like the full catalog of things. So this one here likely is going to be for trade or sale later on, and that is Conflict Desert Storm. And I'll just say that one's thrown in because that's what it was. But the reason why I picked it out was it's basically the only one that was like super clean on the inside. The manual's in really great shape, and the disc on this one is, I'd say, pretty close to perfect. Might be just like more dust than anything else. If you've played this title, let me know what's going on with it. It looks kind of interesting, but I mean, there's so many first-person shooters out there that it just kind of, they all sort of blend together for me. Like, honestly, I don't know if this is a quality title. It probably isn't, because it doesn't really command any amount of cash for it. So, you know, whatever though. I'll check it out if needs be, kind of thing. Moving on from there, I picked up a game that I would like to get on the original Xbox, but this will do for now. It's Return to Castle Wolfenstein, Operation Resurrection. That's right. So, pretty cool there. Actually, kind of funny. I was watching YouTube videos about like, oh, these are games that you should check out on the original Xbox, kind of thing. And this was one of the games that was mentioned. And then the next day I actually found it in the thrift shop. So that sort of influenced me there to pick this guy up. But I was really looking for this for my collection though, although I was looking, like I said, for the Xbox version. But once I get the Xbox version, this will end up being trade. So pretty cool, and it's complete, or I probably wouldn't have picked it up. And the disc on it has seen better days. Looks like it's been resurfaced. Likely has, because this thing has been, this looks like it's gone through like the gauntlet of rentals, and like you can see there's like multiple stickers from different things on it. So it's like somebody bought this, used somewhere, and then went to EB Games. Like, there's a whole history, I think, behind this particular title. So I think it's been resurfaced. You can tell by looking at it. Moving on from there, I picked up another game which is going to be for trade. I'll probably take this one to the Waterloo Swap if nobody's interested in it, but just because I already have this on other platforms. But I wasn't going to leave it behind because it's a pretty cool title. Beyond Good and Evil, highly praised, I think, series, maybe forgotten by a lot of people, but pretty cool nonetheless. Something I never really got into, so I'm just learning about it now, which is kind of nice to figure out something about this one. But the disc on it is like in really great shape, and the manual is beautiful, everything like that. I guess you would call that cell shading. I'm not really certain about it, but I think it's sort of like an early title. Maybe not for the PlayStation 2, but for the Xbox, I think this was an early title, so this would have been like relatively decently early in the PlayStation 2's life as well. So pretty cool. I think it holds up, and I'm looking forward to checking it out, but it probably won't be on the PlayStation 2 that I'm checking it out. Moving on from there, for $5, which is kind of nice because this is actually a double set, there's Call of Duty Legacy. So that's pretty cool. As far as I can tell, it's totally complete. Like I said though, like first-person shooters, not really my thing, but this one actually has like a cardboard box on it. So normally I would leave those things behind, but just it's pretty cool to find it with the box and everything like that. Has the big red one, which is missing its manual. Kind of a bummer, but I'll have to look. Maybe I have it already. The disc on that one might need to swap out too because it's pretty brutal. but the other one is like perfect. So I don't know what happened, if the person did like a swap or something on this or what, but it has the manual, and this one's like the disc is mint. So it's like they didn't play this one and they just played the living daylights out of this one here. I don't know, but pretty cool to actually get the 2 games for $5, that's for sure. I'm surprised that they didn't mark it for 10 just because it's a double pack, but they only marked it for the regular 5, which is super cool. Now, moving on from there, I also picked up Star Ocean Till the End of Time. This is really cool because I already have this in my collection, but recently I sent, due to a trade or whatever, to Bill Benton my copy of this, but it was the Japanese version of it. So this one's pretty cool, only in the fact that it actually has a cardboard box on it, which kind of matches up with the other one. There's those 2 cardboard games there that day. And I'll just open this up. I don't know if there's anything else that actually goes in this. There might be like a map. It says it's a 2-disc set. That's it. I don't see a lot of details on the back of it. Now, I don't know if there's a map with it, but it's minty mint fresh, so really nice. And there it is there, like perfect manual. Discs should be in pretty good shape. I'll just check one of them here. I'll just check disc 1, just make sure. I'm trying to remember, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, there it is. There's just a little dusty, so really good shape. I'll assume that the other one's in good shape too. And yeah, so Bill was saying this is like one of his, I don't know if you call it a hidden gem. I mean, it's a Square Enix title, but a lot of people may know about it, but underappreciated. He said there's like a lot of good, interesting like plot points in it, so something to definitely check out. I just haven't had the time yet, but I really love the fact that it came with the box, because this is sort of like the normal front of it, nothing too descriptive. The back's kind of cool. On the other version, I don't think it looks like that. It's pretty plain, but this is pretty neat too. Like the actual box art in the front, and like there's like writing and whatnot and images on the back of this box too. So it's pretty cool to get it like that. That's for sure. And $5 for that, definitely something I was willing to pick up. I was pretty surprised to find it in there at the time of day that I actually walked into the place. So pretty cool right there. And I think that was everything from that day, other than the fact that I did pick up a few power supplies, which I wanted to hook up because I have that in-tech monitor or whatever for original Xbox. I have that there. I have not just the monitor, but I have that base unit that's like, I don't know what that thing is for even. I still have to do a little more research on it, but it requires like a power supply for it as well. So basically coming out of the back of that, it's going to essentially look like, you know, like the 32X add-on with the CD and all that kind of stuff that goes onto a Genesis, because there's going to be a lot of power running into that. So I'll have to check it out. So I bought a few power supplies hoping that they work out. I am not like an electrician or anything like that, so I don't know what the amperage is supposed to be on those, but I'm going to risk it and try out some of these power supplies, see what they go. I got the volts right, I just don't know if I got the amps right. So we're going to have to find out. I'll probably end up blowing something up, but you know, lesson learned kind of thing if that ends up happening. So thanks again for watching. Like I said, I really apologize. You know, I didn't mean to step on your toes there, Alan. So, you know, if you're willing to accept that, then thank you very much. If you're not, then there's not much else I can do about that. So that's the way that is. To the rest of you, thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I'll see you all later.